Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Susan, and we're going to do a nice little yoga class today. So, comfortable on your yoga mat and you're on your sit bones, so whatever works. If you can't sit cross-legged, just rearrange yourself so you find a comfortable position for you. All right? So, to go through the breathing, and I do that every class, because I know sometimes we get some new people that are not familiar with the breathing. So the breathing is the most important part of our class, of our practice actually. So in through the nose, out through the nose. Nice, long, full, smooth breath. Always try and suspend your breath for a couple of seconds and exhale completely. All right, so try not to struggle with the breathing, just do what you can, but try not to hold your breath. I'll remind you constantly, so it's the same breath. And if you have issues, if you have a hard time with the breathing, if you count, like let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it for maybe 2 and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes that helps if you do a little count. All right, now I will cue you on the breathing and I'll say on the next exhale or your next exhale is when we move. We always move on the exhale. And I want you to make sure you listen to your body, do what you can. If it doesn't feel good or it's gonna aggravate a condition or cause you pain, think about it before you try it. Most of the postures or stretches, I can give you a little bit of a different way to do it, so make little adjustments. And if it really doesn't feel good, don't do it, just skip it altogether, all right? So, let's see what we can do today. So comfortable again on your sit bones, back is nice and straight. And we always do a couple of minutes of breathing, all right? So pranayama, just to kind of help you relax and get a little rhythm going with your breathing. So every class or every week, I choose a different mudra, a different hand gesture. And if it's not your thing, just put your hands on your lap, you can do it that way. Otherwise, this week we're going to sit in Suni Mudra. So your middle finger, the tip of the middle finger connected to the tip of the thumb, and just resting palm up on your lap. So Suni Mudra is giving patience and also the law of karma. So I want you to close your eyes and just let's take a breath together. Try to relax those shoulders and just breathe. Continue on your own personal pranayama for the next 2 minutes. Just try and slow things down. Now's the time to drop your day and settle your mind and to set an intention for your practice today, focusing on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to lower the heart rate, lower our blood pressure, and lower our anxiety level. Try to find stillness in mind and body. One more big breath. And on the next exhale, let's bring our hands together and let's rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center, close your eyes, and let's take a nice breath together to tune out. Inhale. One more big breath to slow it down. Relax. On the next exhale, I want you to drop 3 fingers, keep the index fingers together. Sitting nice and tall, take a breath. And on the exhale, let's see if we can reach up together, all the way right up to the ceiling. If this bothers your shoulders or your arms, you can bring your arms down a little lower if you need to. Now let's wake up that body, let's lengthen that spine, reach, breathe. One more breath. And on the next exhale, keep your arms above your head, put your hands together. We're going to do a little half moon salute, a seated half moon salute. Take a breath. And on the exhale, if you can, I want you to lean to the right. Now you don't have to go far. Just lean gently and let's start lengthening and releasing the left side of the body. Try to keep your back and your body as straight as you can. If you kind of twist a bit and that's as far as you can go, don't force your body to go somewhere where it's not ready to go. On the exhale, come up. Shall we try the other side? Take a big breath. Exhale, lean to the left. I'll cue you on the directions or the positions as well, because I know that we're opposite. I'm sitting in front of you. Exhale, come up. Release the hands, inhale into a gentle back bend, or just reach up to the ceiling, whatever you can manage. Try to relax. Again, breathe. One more breath. On the exhale, bring the arms down slowly, hands on the floor right in front of you. All right, so from here, what we're going to do is you're going to lean forward. So I'm going to give you 3 different ways. I'm just going to back up a little bit here. Now, very important that you keep your back straight. We're hinging at the hips, so hands on the floor. Take a breath, and on the exhale, lean forward. You can just bend your elbows. You can stay right here. You don't have to go any further. But some of you might want to come down further if you come down on the forearm, or some of you might want to even reach out and stretch the arms out. Now, if you want to bow your head a little, that's okay too. This is a beautiful stretch, releasing, lengthening your spine, the muscles up and down your back, your shoulders. One more breath. On the exhale, stay low, and I want you to shift your body weight to the left. Weights on the left thigh, right hip on the floor. Now you can stay here. Some of you might want to go a little further. You can reach with both arms, or if you find reaching with the right arm gives you a little extra stretch. This is a really nice release of the whole right side of your body. Try to make sure the left sit bone stays on the floor too. One more breath. On the exhale, stay low and shift your body weight to the right, very slowly. Weights on the right thigh, left hip on the floor. And lean. And again, you can go as far as you need to go. As soon as you feel that beautiful stretch waking up the left side of the body, just stay there. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to force your body. Even if you barely move, that's okay. One more breath. Exhale, come back to center and bring yourself up straight spine. Now hands on up, let's roll the shoulders out, roll them out. Now just get as much movement as you can. If your shoulders are a little tight or stiff, we'll do this a few more times. The more you do it, the better they feel. So again, starting to recognize and release the tension that we hold in the shoulders into the neck, into the upper body. And when you roll them out as well, it helps to stimulate blood flow into the upper body as well. All right, let's keep going. All right, so comfortable on your sit bones. Now, this left one here, or the next one I should say, this is where our little block comes in. If you don't have a block, I'll show you what else you can use. So I'm going to give you 3 ways to do this particular one. The deepest version is elbow on the floor, and my arm is going to come up to the ceiling. Now, again, if you have a hard time reaching the floor, this is where our helper little block comes in. You put it beside your knee, and you put your elbow on it. All right. This you can set it up any way you'd like. So, if you can't get to the floor, you bring the floor up to you. Now, if you don't have a little block to help you, just reach your hand out a bit and just bend the elbow. Don't even have to put it on the floor. All right. So you can decide on what's going to feel good for you. I'm going to do the deeper version. Right hand on the right knee, left hand into position. Make sure that you're always nice and tall. Let's go. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale as you lean on the elbow or reach your hand up and bend the elbow. Now the arm is nice and straight, lined up to your body. So what I'm trying to say here is try not, be aware that you're not leaning forward or all kind of tilted back as best you can. And elbow and shoulder of the left arm, are nice and lined up. Now here again, those of you who want to go further, just reach a little bit more to the left if you want a little extra stretch. This you can do with your hand on your hip too, if that's better for you. One more breath. Lengthening the right side of the body. On the exhale, right hand to right knee, slowly. Take a breath. And on the exhale, I want you to push away. Bring the right shoulder towards the left knee. Just to get that upper back, release the shoulder and all the way down. You don't have to go far to feel this one. You can keep the right arm straight. If you want to soften the elbow, that's okay too. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the elbow, come to center. Come up slowly. All right, lovely. Let's go to the other side. So if you're using your little block, take it with you. Set it up beside the right knee. Make sure you're nice and comfortable on your sit bones. Left hand on left knee, right hand into position. Always with a straight spine. Let's go. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale. And just decide where you want to put your arm. Relax, breathe, focus on the breath. One more. On the next exhale, left hand to left knee. And when you're ready on the exhale, push away. Just until you feel the stretch. You don't have to go any further. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the elbow and come to center and come up slowly. All right, let's keep going. This is just our warm-up. So now we're going to release the legs a little bit. So now we're going to get into our bound angle, our butterfly pose. Excuse me. So this particular one here is starting to get a beautiful stretch into the inner thighs, the pelvic floor groin area, opening up the hips and releasing those tight glutes, the tight buttocks. So I'm going to give you 3 places to go here now. The deepest version is hands on the ankles, elbows on the knees, leaning forward. Now, if that's really not going to feel good for you, you can just stay right here. Just put your hands on your legs like this and hang out here, all right? Or if you want to try something a little different, put your hands on the floor beside your hips, bring the shoulder blades together gently, and you can do it that way as well. You get a little extra stretch into your chest that way. So whatever position you decide to do, try to make sure your back is straight, head is level with your spine. All right, so what I'm trying to say is try not to round your back and bound your head. Now, let's relax those thighs. So I'm going to do the deeper version, but you can choose whatever one you want to do. Ready? On the exhale. Now, if you're leaning forward, a little bit of pressure on the knees is okay. Don't slam down on the knees, though. Think about leaning forward more if you need a deeper stretch. Try to relax your thighs, your hips. Let it go. Just let it go. Come back to the breath. Focus on the sensations of the breath. Just feel that breath. Be the washer of your breath. One more. Exhale, come up slowly. All right, so we're going to stay in this position a little bit longer. We're going to go do our twist pose from here today. So this one here is going to be working the spine. So left hand reach way over here onto the right knee, right hand behind your back. Now again, when you look over the shoulder, be very gentle. If you have issues with your back or your spine, don't whip yourself around. You just go very slowly. And if it feels good, you can go further or stay where you are, or please come out of it if you have to. Don't be shy. Remember, listen to your body. So that being said, take a breath. And on the exhale, look over the right shoulder. A gentle spinal twist. Those of you who want to go deeper, if you need to go a little further, just push on your knee a little bit towards the left. You'll get a little bit more movement if you feel you need it, but be careful. Keep your back straight, relax the shoulders, breathe. One more breath. On the exhale, let's release slowly, gently, all the way to the other side. Left hand behind the back, right hand on the right knee. Take a breath to center, and on the exhale, look over the left shoulder. See what this side does for you. Maybe this side is a little stronger, or maybe not. Maybe this is the side of your body that's a little weaker. So let's focus on our spine, keeping it strong and balanced and supple. Releasing the nerves, the blood vessels, the muscles up and down your spine. One more breath. Exhale, slowly, come back to center. All right, lovely. Now, let's work on our legs. So I want you to stretch the left leg out and the right foot into the cusp of the knee. All right, if you prefer to have it along your calf area, that's fine. You don't have to have it any higher. That's a whole other move that we're not doing today. So we're going to do a nice little stretch called a shooting bow. So this one here, we're going to be specifically focusing on the hamstring, the back of the left leg, the knee, and the calf. Make sure the toes are pointing up to the ceiling. So what I'd like you to do is take your left hand, I'm going to put it gently on my right foot. I'm going to reach out with the right arm, all right? So let me show you first, and then we'll do it together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale, I'm going to have a nice big arc, and I'm going to come all the way over here, and I'm going to grab my toes. Now, if you can't reach your toes, put your hand wherever you can reach. Shin, ankle, it doesn't matter, all right? Now here again, we're going to start with a straight spine. When you reach over, your back will round slightly. That's okay. Don't worry about that. There's no way you're going to do this with a straight spine. So let's do our little shooting bow together. Sitting tall, left hand is just gently resting on the right foot. Reach out with the right arm. Let's go. Inhale. Nice big arc. And exhale. And just go wherever you can comfortably land. Now those of you who can grab your toes, if you want an extra stretch in the upper back of the right side, point your toe, you'll get a nice little deeper stretch. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath. One more. Exhale, slowly come up. Push yourself up very carefully. Lovely. Okay, let's do the other side. So just very gently reconfigure your legs. So straighten the right leg and very gently, and always make sure that you wiggle around, you're nice and comfortable, all right? So the foot's in the cusp of the knee or along the calf, wherever you can manage to put it comfortably. Relax the left leg. Let's focus on the right one now. So take the right hand and just gently put it on the left foot. Starting with a straight spine. Release the left arm. Let's go. Inhale up, and then exhale. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly come up, very slowly. All right, now I want you to straighten the left leg. So both legs are straight. All right, let's roll the shoulders out again. Roll them out. And you know, the more you do it, the better they feel. Okay, so this is our staff pose. So sitting nice and tall. And I want you to be aware of your posture. So, you know, try to sit tall and proud. So we're going to do a couple moves from here. So the next one is called the seated fish pose. This one is specifically for the chest, for the pectorals, front of the deltoid of the shoulder. And so I'd like you to put your hands on the floor beside your hips. Let's take a big breath. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders up, bring them back, slide them down. And I want you to see if you can squeeze those shoulder blades together as tight as you can, that you can manage comfortably. Breathe. So again, opening up the chest, releasing the tight pectorals, the chest muscles, opening up the rib cage, the heart center, and the front of the shoulder of the deltoid. And as you release the tight chest, you know, it really does help you with your breathing, but also with your posture. On the exhale, let's release, shoulders up, forward, and down. Now hands on the lap. We're going to do a counter pose. We're going to do a little caterpillar. So I want you to rest your forearm, just rest it on your lap, and your hands will go just kind of on below your knee a little bit. Take a breath, and on the exhale, just bow your head around your shoulders. That's it. It's a really nice, gentle stretch for your back, but also rest your chest as a counter pose to the fish. Now, those of you who want to go a little further, if you want a deeper stretch, slide your hands down, maybe down your shins a little bit, maybe till your elbow gets on your knee. You can do that if you want. It's just a little bit of a deeper stretch if you feel you need it. Now, let's release. Come up. Lovely. And roll it out again. Roll them out. Just let it go. And think about how you feel right now. Maybe starting to feel a little more relaxed, maybe a little calmer. All right, so let's keep going. So we're going to work some hands and feet. So we're going to do them just a little bit quicker today. So I want you to reach out with both hands. Just bring them down. Fingers are open. Point the hands to the fingers to the floor and just kind of roll. Just kind of twist them out a little bit towards your baby finger. Now this is focusing on the forearm, wrist, hands, and fingers. So let's relax the shoulders for now. Focus on here. Wrist, forearm, extensor muscles, the wrist, the hand, and while we're doing that, I'd like you to point your toes. We'll get a little stretch on the top of the foot, and again, make sure that you're sitting tall and always being aware of our posture. One more breath. Exhale, palms to ceiling. Now you can relax your feet. You can keep your feet where they are. If you want a little extra calf stretch, you can get your heels off the floor if you want. That's something you can try if you'd like. Now, let's come back to the hands. Right fingertips on the tip of the left, and I want you to push them back gently. Very carefully. You don't have to be, like I said earlier, you don't have to be aggressive. Very gentle. Get that nice stretch into the hand, to the wrist, and to the flexion muscles. Now, you know, when you do things like this, this goes with anything we do. If you find that you have issues with your fingers or your wrists, be very gentle. You know, just a little bit, and if it's not going to happen, just come right out of it. Be aware of how you feel. How your body moves, where you are, and what you're doing. Let's go to the other side. On the exhale, left fingertips onto the right and bring it back. Focus on the breath. Breathe. And let's release. Heels on the floor if they're off the floor. Relax your legs. All I want you to do is play a little piano. Now I want you to play piano with your toes. And we're going to round the ankles and the wrists. You can go slow, you can go fast, it doesn't matter. But really try and wiggle those fingers, and especially though, even with socks on, wiggle your toes around. All right, lovely. So let's start moving. So we're gonna get into our table now. So we're gonna get onto our hands and knees. So very carefully and slowly, get into here. Now, with my classes, I always provide a little extra padding. And this is just a Pilates mat that I cut up. But you can use a little towel or a thin pillow or a thin blanket. If you feel you need extra support for your knees or your wrists, it really makes it a little more comfortable for you. That being said, now, into our table. All right, this is a neutral place. So, alignment, ankle to knee, knee to hip, knees are hip distance apart, arms are lined up, head level with your spine. Let's do some cat and cow together. Inhale, head up, sacrum up, C-scoop, spine. And on the exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, belly, butt to spine. Keep going, follow the rhythm of the breath, come all the way up. So this is, again, releasing, lengthening the spine, releasing upper back. This is a beautiful stretch for your lower back. Try to relax your quads, your thighs while you're doing this. And up. Breath in motion, meditation in motion, cat and cow. And up. All right, and that's the last one, come to center. We're gonna stay here a little bit longer. If you find your wrists and your hands are getting tired, take a second, shake them out if you need to. And you can also go on your fists, and that changes the angle of the wrist if that's what you need to do. All right, so we're gonna work our hip a little bit. We're just gonna do a nice little move called the sunbird. So let me show you this one first, and then we'll see if we can do it together. All right, so this is working on a little bit of hips, glutes, abdominals, and lower back. So what I'm gonna do here, I'll give you a quick demo, is I'm gonna inhale, knee to elbow, and then exhale, I'm gonna bring my leg back. Now level to your back is good, lower is just fine. Now you don't have to touch the knee to the elbow. So we're gonna do 3 on both sides. See what you can do. If you find that it's a little too much, just come back to table anytime you want. So make sure you're looking at the floor. Right leg, let's go. Inhale, knee to elbow, and exhale back. Keep going, inhale. Back. One more. Back. Mobility, range of motion up the hip with this one. Knee on the floor slowly. And we'll go to the other side. I'm just going to flip myself around so you can see what I'm doing. Left leg, inhale, and back. Try to relax, concentrate on what you're doing. And beautiful, sunbird. Knee on the floor. Now we're going to go right into child's pose. So if you need to open up your legs a little bit wider, if you can on the exhale, I want you just to lean back, scooch back. Now, make sure your head and your neck are supported on your stacked fists. Some people rest their forehead on their block, stacked hands, or on the floor. And this is our child's pose, Balasana. So let's just stay here for a few breaths, just rest. Now's the time to thank yourself for being here today, for taking the time and making the time to be here on your mat. For whatever reason brings you here today, maybe you just want a little stretch, maybe you just want to slow things down, decompress, maybe re-energize, or just turn your brain off for a while. One more breath. On the exhale, I want you to come back up to table slowly. Okay, now we're ready to go. We're nice and warmed up. So we're going to start our flow close to the floor, then we're going to get up, and then we'll come back down. So we're going to start with a nice little move called the rabbit. Now the rabbit is a lovely release, a deep stretch for the upper back, for a muscle called the rhomboid, which is a really deep muscle, something you probably wouldn't feel anyway, but a really deep muscle. So I'm going to show you the rabbit, and then we'll see what we can do. So I'll give you a quick little demo. Now from table, the rabbit, I'm coming down on my forearms, and I'm putting the top of the head on the floor, just like that. All right, so if you can, when you come down on the forearms, you can open up the elbows a bit wider. Top of the head on the floor. If you find that's a little too much, put your forehead on the floor if that's better for you. But that's what I mean by rounding. So you're rounding the top of the spine, the cervical spine, to get that beautiful stretch. So let's see what we can do, all right? If it's really uncomfortable, just come back to table if you need to. So from table, preparing for rabbit, take a breath. Exhale. One more breath. On the exhale, table. Come up very slowly to table. All right, so what we're going to do here now is we're going to get into a low lunge, a left low lunge. So take your breath, and on the exhale, keep the right knee on the floor, and I'd like you to go into a low lunge, just like this. All right? Now, alignment. Ankle to knee, knee to hip, ankle to knee. Everything's nice and straight. We really want to keep an eye on those knees. Keep things nice and lined up. So, everybody okay? This is going to work on your balance as well. Both hands on either side of the left ankle. So you can look at the floor. Breathe. Low lunge. Low lunge warrior from here. On the exhale, release the hands. Come up. All the way. Perfectly balanced. Low lunge warrior. We're going to do a nice move called the gate pose. So take your breath. On the exhale, hands on the hip. Now, I'd like you to take the left leg and stick it right out to the side. Big breath. On the exhale, take a second. If you have to put your hands on the floor to help you set yourself up, do that. Now again, see my left leg is up, my foot is nice and anchored, everything is nice and straight and lined up, hands on the hip. Now, take your breath, exhale, left hand, reach it out, palm up. Release the right arm, inhale, right arm up. And exhale, lean. Try to keep your body straight and just go as far as you can. You don't have to go far. The gate or the beam. One more breath. Exhale back to left low lunge. Scooch it over, low lunge. Now, from here, we're going to get into our downward dog, all right? So stay where you are. I'm just going to turn myself so you can see what I'm doing. So from here, down dog, hands on the floor. And if you have to get into table first to help you get into dog, get into table first. Now, into down dog. Move your feet back, get that tail up high, back is straight, head hanging down. Down dog. Three-legged dog from here. If you can, release the right leg, bring it up. Just get it off the floor. It doesn't matter how high. Working on upper body strength, working the right hip. One more breath. Exhale, back to dog. Let's walk ourselves up to mountain. Keep breathing. Take a few steps and come up. All the way up. Nice and slow. All right. Now shake it out. Shake the hands, roll the shoulders out. Shake those legs out if you have to. Okay, lovely. So this is our mountain Tattasana. Feet are hip distance apart, standing nice and tall. Relax those shoulders. Again, being aware of your posture. Mountain. This is a neutral place. This is a place you can come to anytime whenever we do standing flows or standing positions. If you need to stop and rest, you can come here. So I want you just to relax, breathe. Slow that heart rate down, slow that breathing down. If you feel that you've lost track of your breath, get it going again. One more. All right. So from here, I'd like you to come to the very top of the mat. So the very top of the mat, I'm going to work sideways this way so you can see what I'm doing, but I want you to come to the top of the mat. All right, everybody good? Preparing for pyramid, we're going to take a step back with the left leg. Take a breath. On the exhale, step back, left leg. Nice wide step, back foot's on an angle. Left leg is nice and straight, hips are square. And whenever we get into this position, do a little test. Just kind of rock. Make sure you're nice and anchored to the floor, especially if you have socks on. All right? Inhale up. Exhale. Take a breath. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold over. Both hands on the knee. Or if you want, you can go deeper. But if you could only go here, this is our engaged pyramid. This is a deep hamstring stretch, so if it's a little too intense, bend your knee if you have to. Make that little adjustment. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the knee a little bit, come up, straighten the leg. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Take a breath. And on the exhale, I want you to turn your heels and your feet to the right for 5 star. I'm going to back up so you can see what I'm doing here. 5 star. Preparing for lateral stretch. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling, left arm along the left leg. Reach. Now you can reach up to the ceiling. If you want to go deeper, you can lean a little bit more. And if you prefer to do this one with your hand on your hip, do it that way if you like. Beautiful stretch for the whole right side of your body, working the abdominals, working the obliques, the muscles in your back. On the exhale, bring the right arm down. As you inhale, left one up. You can reach. One more breath. Exhale, back to 5 star. All right, we're gonna get into a nice little squat. Sun God. Open the fingers, keep your arms where they are. If you can, I want you to squat down. Go as low as comfortable for you. Try to keep your back as straight as you can. And let's work those nice strong legs. Sun God. One more breath. Exhale, come up. 5 star again. Relax those thighs right away. So now we're going to get into warrior 2 with the left lunge. Take a breath. On the exhale, turn your feet to the left, find your lunge. Arms are in position, looking at the tips of the left finger. Back is straight. Warrior 2. Pyramid from here. Exhale, windmill, right arm down, straighten left leg. Both hands on the knee for pyramid. Engaged, or if you want to go further. From here, prepare for table. On the exhale, bend the knee, hands on the floor, get the right knee down, left knee, back to table. All right, lovely. Okay, so from here, let's do a couple of cat and cows, and then we're gonna do it all over again. All right, so let's go. Inhale, head up, sacrum up, C-scoop spine. And exhale. Just a little break, just to release everything. Stretch it out. All right. Everybody good? So let's keep going. Now we get to do it all over again with the right side of the body. So exactly the same thing. So preparing for rabbit. Big breath. Exhale on the forearm, top of the head on the floor. For one more breath. Exhale, come up to table, slowly. All right, let's do our right low lunge. Big breath. On the exhale, left knee on the floor. Bring it over just to get your leg around is working your hips. So take a second, make sure everything is nice and straight and lined up. Nice and balanced. Both hands on either side of the right ankle. Try to relax. Don't forget the breathing. Keep it going. Don't hold your breath. Low lunge warrior. Ready? Come up. Push yourself up. Nice and perfectly balanced. Strong. Breathe. Try to relax those shoulders. So now we're going to try our gate pose again. On the exhale, hands on the hip. Now we're going to get the right leg out. So if you have to put your hand on the floor to help you set yourself up, do that if you need to. Now, again, once the leg is out, make sure everything is nice and straight. Your foot is anchored, right hand palm up. My back is straight. Let's inhale up and exhale. Focus on exactly what you're doing. Relax, breathe. One more breath. On the exhale, back to left, right low lunge. From here, prepare for downward dog. If you have to get into table first to help you get into dog, go into table first. Otherwise, I'm going to just turn myself around so you can see what I'm doing here. And down dog. Three-legged dog, left leg on the exhale. Bring it up, get it off the floor. One more breath. Back to dog. Let's walk ourselves up to mountain. Take a few steps. Come up very slowly so you don't get dizzy. And roll the shoulders out, shake out the hands, shake those legs out. Whatever you need to shake out. Mountain Tattasana. Feet are hip distance apart, standing nice and tall again, being aware of your posture. And let's just slow things down. Take a few breaths to mountain. All right, coming to the top of the mat, preparing for pyramid. So come to the top of the mat. I'm going to go this way so you can see what I'm doing. Take a breath in on the exhale, step back, left leg now. Take a second, make sure that you're nice and anchored to the floor. Back foot's on a bit of an angle. My right leg is completely straight. My hips are square. I do my little test. Nice and anchored. Let's inhale up. Exhale. Big breath. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold over. Both hands on the knee, engaged pyramid. Or you can go a little further down if you need to go a little deeper. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the knee, push yourself up, straighten the leg. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Take a breath. On the exhale, turn your heels and your feet to the left now for 5-star. Preparing for lateral stretch. Inhale, right arm up, left arm along the left leg. The lateral stretch. A nice lateral flexion of the spine as well. One more big breath. On the exhale, use your core muscles to help you move. Bring the right arm down as you inhale, left one up. Smile while you're breathing. Happy to be here today. Wonderful. 5-star. Come up. Preparing for our God, Sun God squat. On the exhale, come down. Leave the arms where they are, open the fingers. Now again, go as low as comfortable. You don't have to go too far. Squats are never easy anyway. So really working on the knees, those nice big strong quads. And again, straighten your spine as best you can. Most people tend to lean forward a little bit, but just make sure you're not folded in half. 5-star. Push yourself up. Now from here, we're going to get into warrior 2 with the right lunge. On the exhale, turn your feet, your heels to the right. Find your lunge. Your arms are in position already. Shoulder height. Looking at the tips of the right fingers, sorry. If your arms are tired, bring them down low if you need to. Pyramid from here. Exhale, windmill, left arm down. Both hands on the right knee, pyramid. From here, prepare for table. On the exhale, bend the knee, come down very gently. back to table. Perfect. All right, let's do a couple of cat and cows. Inhale up. Exhale. Just release anything, any tension that you might feel, just let it go. Following the rhythm of the breath is so important. It's there to help guide you, but help you control your movements. Let's do another one, up. Perfect. Now, coming to table. From here, we're going to get ourselves onto our backs and do a few lovely stretches. So as gracefully and as smoothly as you can, I'd like you to get yourself onto your back now. All right, all the way down. Okay, so I want you to adjust your back and shoulders so you're nice and comfortable. We're going to do a couple of beautiful stretches. So I want you to stretch the left leg out, keep the right one bent. On the exhale, bring up the right knee, give it a big hug. Single leg stretch. Now here again, if you need a deeper stretch, this is specifically for the right leg. You know, the closer your knee is to your chest, the deeper the stretch gets. So you adjust to what you need, what feels good for you. What we want to do now is cool the body down. Beautiful stretch for the knee, quad, hamstring, glute, lower back. One more breath. On the next exhale, release the leg very slowly. Let's try the other side. So very gently bend the left one as you straighten the right one. Make sure you adjust your back and shoulders so that you're nice and comfortable. When you're ready, big breath. Exhale. Bring up the left one and give it a little hug. And it doesn't matter how deep you go or how little you move. It doesn't matter. You'll know when you get to the right place. Your body will let you know what it needs. One more breath. On the exhale, put the foot on the floor. Now I'd like you to bend the right one. Let's do a double hug. Big breath. Exhale both knees. Give yourself a hug. And I want you to rock from side to side. Rock and breathe. Beautiful releasing of the spine. Give yourself a little back massage while you're here. Rock and breathe. Slow it down. Try to relax your shoulders. And when you get to the left, if you'd like to do some little circles, and that's a nice little release for your lower back. Little circles, whatever you can manage. And then we'll go to the right, little circles. And one more breath. From here, knees to center, soles of the feet onto the floor. We're going to do a nice little move called a reclining bound angle pose. So I'd like you to put your feet together. If you can, let your knees fall open. And you can put your arms wherever you want them to be. So again, this is like our butterfly, like our bound angle that we did from a seated position, but now we do it from a reclining position. Again, a beautiful stretch for the inner thighs, the glutes, the hips, pelvic floor, groin area as well. And just I want you to think about how your body feels now. Maybe you're feeling really heavy, calm, peaceful. Start feeling your body just melt into that mat. Every time you exhale, you get heavier and heavier. Just focus on the sensations of that breath. Feel that breath. Be the watcher of your breath. Surrender to that breath. One more. On the next exhale, slowly use your hands, bring your legs together very gently. All right, lovely. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a supine twist pose. So I'd like you to stretch out the left leg again. And always make sure that you adjust your back and shoulders. Make sure that you're nice and comfortable. And when you're ready, I'd like you to take the right foot, put it on top of the left knee very carefully, gently. Left hand, bring it all the way up on top of the right knee. Take the right arm, stretch it out shoulder height. And on the exhale, as you look over the right shoulder, you gently press on the right knee to the left. Now this is a supine twist pose. This is for your spine, but you get a beautiful extra stretch into the right hip area. So if you feel that you have to go deeper, you can, but you can stay here. Now I want you to pay attention to your left leg. It's completely relaxed. You should be able to wiggle your toes. That's how relaxed your left leg feels. And your foot is very softly resting on your knee. Always being very aware of our knees. Now there's two more places we can go from here. I'm going to do them both. If it's not your thing, if it's too intense, remember, stay here. You don't have to go any further. But if you'd like to try our little cat tail, I'm bending the left knee and bringing the left foot towards my buttock. Take the right hand, I'm going to come down, I'm going to touch my heel. Now this is our little cat tail, so it's a little bit of a deeper stretch. All right, try to relax. Again, if you tried and you think it's too intense, just go back to the supine twist. All right. Now, of course, we're going to go a little further. If you want to join me, if not, don't worry about it. The next one is called the twisted root. This one is a lot deeper, so be careful with this one. I'm going to push my knee towards the floor, and my hand is still on my heel. At this point, most of my body is off the floor. My shoulders are still anchored. This is a really deep, but a beautiful, deep lower body stretch. Twisted root. Again, if it's too intense, try it. If it's not going to happen, don't be shy. Come out of it. And let's release from here. Exhale. Slowly untangle your body, your legs carefully from whatever position you're coming out, and let's try the other side. Straighten the right leg, wiggle around, make sure you're nice and comfortable on your back. And when you're ready, left foot on top of the right knee, carefully, very gently. Right hand on top of the left knee. Left arm, stretch it out, shoulder height. Take a breath. And on the exhale, look over the left shoulder as you gently press the left knee now to the right. You can get a really nice stretch just doing this. You don't have to do the other two. All right, you can get a deep stretch right from here. So again, if you prefer to stay here a little longer, absolutely. Otherwise, I'm going to go a little further. So you can join me if you want or not. Cattail. I'm bending the right knee. My right foot comes closer to my glute. I'm taking my left hand and I'm just touching the heel. I'm not grabbing my foot, I'm just touching the heel. And if you'd like to try the twisted root, I'm going to put in the twisted root, you can go as far as you want or as little. And I'm going to push my knee a little bit closer to the floor. Shoulders are anchored, the rest of my body is off the floor. At this point, I still have my fingers on my heel though. Twisted root, I'm looking up to the ceiling with this one more breath. Exhale, slowly release. It's a pretty deep stretch, so be careful with this one. And release. Now, I want you to very slowly stretch those legs out. Very gently. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, up and fall over your head. And stretch that body out now. Fingertips to the tips of your toes. All right. Stay where you are. I'm just make yourself nice and long and tall. Stretch it out. Fingertips to the tips of your toes. And every time you exhale, feel your body getting heavier and heavier. Feeling tranquil, feeling that little place of serenity on your mat. Breathe. If this bothers your shoulders, or again, you can put your arms anywhere else you'd like. Don't worry if you doesn't want to have them up to the ceiling. One more breath. On the next exhale, I'd like you to bring your hands slowly to the side of your body, palms facing the ceiling. Hands are open to receive guidance from our higher self. And let's prepare for our closing Savasana. Meditation, relaxation, reflection time. However you choose to bring this into your practice today. Resting comfortably in your corpse pose. Now at this point, if you'd like to bend your knees for comfort, some people like to lay on their side and cuddle. Some like to have a pillow, some like to have a little blanket. So I want you to find a place on your mat where you can rest comfortably. You don't have to move anymore, no more moving, just rest. But now that you're resting, I really want you to focus on that breath. And you feel your chest rise as you inhale. Hold it for a couple of seconds and then feel your chest lower or sink as you exhale. This is the breath The breath is calming, it's soothing, it's balancing, and it's so cleansing. So just relax, keep breathing. And now that we're resting in Savasana, relaxation pose, let's take a minute to thank ourselves, pardon me, for our practice today. Let's take a moment to scan our body and our mind for any remaining tension, and let's let compassion melt away that tension into our mat. It's important for relaxation to have a tension-free body and a tension-free mind. All that energy is flowing, energy which is our life force. Watching our posture means we become aware of our physical imbalances. We start noticing the lengthening of the spine upward, the slouched shoulders, the pelvic area becoming aligned. We notice the distance between our ears and our shoulders to encourage the energy, that life force, to travel freely and naturally from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. This week, let's start shifting to proper posture by sitting up nice and tall and proud on our sit bones, by pulling in our abdominals and enjoying the benefit of the shift that we are experiencing. It's the beginning of a great relationship with your body, your mind, and your soul. Release any fear of miscommunication with your body, mind, and soul, and remember that you are getting in touch with yourself, learning to read signals, and believing that you are responsible and capable of living a healthy life each day and each present moment of every day. Let's try to remember that yoga is about taking care of ourselves internally instead of looking outside for somebody to fix us. Let's take some time to embrace the silence in the room and in our minds, and let's find that place within ourselves that speaks to us. Take this time to invest trust in the process of life, moment by moment, breath by breath. Let's visit that place deep down inside where the stillness holds the proper questions and all of our answers, our truth and our identity. Satnam. Let your mind, your body, and your soul absorb the vibrations of the singing bowl, bringing your own energies to its appropriate frequency. Now, before we bring ourselves back to a seated position, let's do a nice gentle neck stretch while you're laying there. Now that your body is completely relaxed, your shoulders are nice and loose, let's see if we can release any leftover tension you might have on your neck that you might not even be aware of. So from where you are, let's just take a nice big breath. And on the exhale, if you can, just turn your head gently to the left. So releasing the right side of the neck muscles are very tiny. They're called scalene muscles. They're very tiny. And it doesn't take a lot for them to be tight and compressed. And if they're tight, nerves, the blood vessels are also compressed. So as you release the tension, you can get some beautiful fresh blood flow into your brain, deep oxygenation, helping with your memory, your decision making, your thought process, maybe even your mood a little bit. Take another breath. On the exhale, bring your head and your face very slowly to center. And if you can, if you like, big breath. On the exhale, turn your head to the right. One more breath. On the exhale, come back to center very slowly. Now I'd like you to bring yourself back into the room, back into your space. Bring life back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes if you'd like. And when you're ready, very slowly, very carefully and gently bring yourself back up to our cross-legged Sukhasana or any seated position that is comfortable for you. Come up very slowly. I know it's hard to get off the floor. So again, cross-legged or any position you'd like. Sitting nice and tall on your sit bones, let's bring our hands together. Let's rather vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center, close your eyes. And let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune in. Inhale. One more big breath. Shanti, Shanti, peace, peace. May love and light be with you always. Namaste. All right. Wonderful. Beautiful. All done now. So that was great, great. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. I love my yoga. So again, it's the almost the middle of August now. So we're getting there. And thanks again for joining me. And take it easy. Go outside. Do things that make you happy. Get a little sun on your face. Put your sunscreen on, of course. And just smile. And take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. And thank you again for joining me. And we'll see you again soon.